Today, I'd like to show you some options for adding more HDMI ports to your TV. Most of the TVs I use only have one or two HDMI inputs, and I find that's just not nearly enough to connect all of the different receivers, converter boxes, or streaming devices that I like to use with my TVs. The first switch is actually a manual push button switch. This allows you to connect up to 3 devices. 3 inputs and 1 output. It is manual. There's no electronic switching here, so when you power on a device, this will not automatically switch for you. The other thing is you're going to need to provide a 4th HDMI cable to output to your TV as well. But this is nice and simple. If not, maybe as convenient. You'll have to get up and change sources. One plus about this switch is that it does not require an external power source either, though. And this switch here is nice and compact. This one does require an external power source. It just plugs in via USB, and it has a button to switch from input to input. You can plug in 3 devices, and you'll need to get a extra cable to output to your TV. This one here, though, when I bought it, I don't know why I thought it would be an automatic switcher, but this one does not switch automatically. So this one's nice and compact, but it's got a couple of things working against it. Number one, it needs to be powered. And number two, when you switch or when you power on one of your devices, this will not automatically switch. So besides this one being small, it doesn't have the features that I thought it did. And this one here seems to have all the features you would want in one of these devices. First of all, it has an HDMI output cable to plug into the TV. It does accept 3 inputs. It has a push button switch to switch from input to input, along with these LEDs to tell you which input you're using. This one also has automatic switching. So if you turn one of your devices on, it will automatically switch to that device that you just turned on, which is really convenient. The other thing that's really convenient about this is that you do not need an external power source for this one. So this one kind of combines the best of all of these switches together. All right, and now we'll connect each of these individually to the TV and just get a look at how they work. And the first switch we're going to test is the manual push button switch. So we have 3 inputs connected. This is the output to the TV here. We've got the Ematic digital converter box for over-the-air TV with an antenna, Amico Mini satellite receiver, GT Media satellite receiver. Right now the TV is switched to the GT Media receiver, but if we push one of the buttons here, it switches to the Amico Mini and back to the switch. There is the GT Media, and push the one in the middle. That's the digital converter box. And here is the mini switch right here. And this one, remember, needs to have a power source. I wish it would automatically switch, but it doesn't. Oh well. All right, so on the screen we have the Ematic digital converter box, and press the button once and it switches to the Amico. Press the button again, switches to the GT Media, but this one unfortunately will not switch when you power a device on. Here's the last switch here. Everything's plugged into this one. Start off at the GT Media, press the button, switch to the converter box, press the button again, go to the Amico Mini, and now if we power this off, it will switch to the next source that's switched on. And if we turn the Amico Mini back on, it'll switch back to that source that you just powered on. And there's the Amico Mini again. And all 3 of these switches are definitely on the inexpensive side. This one here I bought years ago, and I think I paid maybe $6 or $7 for it. This one here you can find online still. They're very common, anywhere from maybe $6 to $10. This one here I bought for 12 bucks at a store. One thing I'd say about these electronic type ones here is just to double check that you're getting one that will automatically switch sources as you power devices on. This one does, and this one doesn't. And I thought that it did when I bought it. I guess I made the assumption and I didn't double check. So double check that you're getting one with automatic source switching as you power devices on, because it's way more convenient than having to get up and press the button. There are certainly more expensive options for these types of HDMI switchers, but just to add a little bit more versatility to your TV, you don't have to break the bank to do that.